Hi, it's Cinnamon, your art Sherpa, and I'm going to guide you through the fun and joy of really simple clouds and skies. For new artists, and sometimes even for artists who've been painting a little while, sky and cloud and atmospheric elements can seem really overwhelming, but actually they're really easy and they're really a lot of fun. And we're going to start with just the most basic principle behind this. Simple blue sky, simple white fluffy clouds. You can do them really quick. We're going to have a lot of fun. Make sure you have your heart open so that you can get to your art. And let's just get right into this and start painting because I'm really excited to show you guys easy clouds today. All right, come on. So we've got our palette here, and I love my phthalo. So I'm going to put my phthalo blue out because I just love me some phthalo. I'm going to put my burnt sienna out because that's what takes it out of those cartoon colors and puts it back into some happy colors. I'm going to take some yellow oxide, ochre, however you'd like to refer to it, and I'm going to take some of my titanium white. Today I am painting in Matisse paints. I'm painting Matisse paints. They're level 3. They're my favorite level 3 right now in this price point, and so that's what I'm working with today. But you can do these with this with a level 1 paint, a level 2 paint, or a level 3 paint. It'll all work. All right, now the first thing that I'm going to get is I'm going to get this nice big brush. This is a number 16. I love this number 16. Now you can get these on sale, so the cost of these does not have to be so overwhelming. I actually took advantage of Jerry's Autorama amazing brush sale and got this for just a few dollars. Okay, first get your brush wet, and what we're going to do is we're going to start putting in the background sky. So I'm going to take a little bit of my blue and I'm going to mix it. And I'm going to get a little bit of my brown. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to gray my blue out with a little bit of this brown. I just need to gray it just a bit. And I'm going to add some white to it. And I'll get to see right away where I'm at. It's fun to use these big brushes. All right, I've got the value that I want to start with. I'm going to start in this upper corner right here. My darkest color on my sky is going to be at the top of my canvas. All right, I'm going to get a nice amount of that in. I'm making sure, oh, I love the big brush. Woo! Big brush, awesome. Okay, now what I do is I'm going to grab a little bit more white paint because I want this sky to lighten up like an ombre as I come down closer to my horizon line, my imaginary little horizon line. So see how I'm just grabbing some white paint? Expect to really go through a bit of white paint. I grabbed some water right there because my paint was making me work. And what's our heart party rule? Painting is easy. If it's not easy, the brush, the paint, the canvas, or the teacher's broken. So fix one of those things. I'm going to come here and very lightly, light cat pressure, blend the space. Cat pressure, you say? So when I'm talking about pressure, I'm talking about how happy is the cat. Is your cat just been fed and feeling very friendly, or does your cat just have a bath? Light cat pressure is angry, wet cat. This cat does not want you to touch it. So tread lightly and be respectable, or you can go for the sunburn analogy, whatever works for you. I'm going to grab some more white paint here. I'm going to grab even some just basic because I got to really go through my white paint today. Get a little more water. We're going to go along real fast, fast, fast. Ah, see we've got lighter here. Lighter, lighter, lighter. Lighter, lighter, lighter. We're lightening it up. Light pressure, blending, blending, blending. Pull across, pull across. Now, another thing that I'm doing is even though every once in a while I'll go up and down on my brush strokes, I'm actually pulling most of this paint. Grab a little more brown here. I'm pulling most of this paint horizontally. So I might go up like this to get it into the canvas, but I will start to go over it, lightening my pressure, imagining sunburn, angry cat, wild feral armadillo, whatever really you have to get your mental state into to recognize that pressure is a big part of painting, and you have to be able to lighten it up. You need to lighten up in life. Probably we all need to lighten up in our lives. Pulling this down, pulling that, softening that. Oh, softening that up. It's very exciting. I think I just painted my hairdryer there. I'm going to move that out of the way for just a second. All right, coming down here, picking up paint every once in a while. Oh, it's going fast. We're fast, fast, fast. Coming up, leveling that brush stroke out. Sometimes the directionality of the stroke really impacts your result. Skies are one of those. The directionality of this brush stroke lets you know if there's wind, lets you know how settled the sky is, lets you know what kind of day this is. And this is one of those perfectly fluffy cloud days that we'd all like to paint. So we're going to keep this very placid, very peaceful, very static. And we're going to do that with a horizontal brush stroke. All right, that looks really good. Now I'm going to get one of my fabulous painting assistants to come in here and help me dry this painting with the hairdryer. So, all right, they're going to be on their way in. Oh, wait, I hear her right now. Here comes my eldest, Honey, her actual name. Come on in, Honey. This is my painting assistant. She's a very good artist herself, and she helps me in the studio all the time. I find it's really nice to let the kids help in the studio. All right, Honey, will you dry the painting for me? Beautiful painting assistant that you are. And the brushes are down. I think we're okay. So I want you to tell everybody, do you like to paint? Tell everybody.
I like to paint.
How does it make you feel when you paint?
It helps me kind of like express how I feel.
It helps you tell them.
It helps me express how I feel.
Well, that's important, isn't it? All right, will you give me a hug? Oh, thank you for visiting me in the studio, Honey. I want to see you soon, okay?
Bye.
All right, well, that was Honey. So now I'm going to start. See this beautiful sky. It's got beautiful atmospheric feel to it. It's darker at the top. It's lighter at the bottom. I've graded a little bit with some of that sienna so that it's a really lovely, happy blue sky blue. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put in these clouds. And I'm going to do that with the help of this wonderful old round brush. And I can't even see the size on him right now. I think he's probably in that 16 to 20 range. He's old, he's abused, he's got kind of a stiffer bristle. And sometimes in this case, it is your most battered, most heavily used brushes that really help you get that cloud in. But as long as you've got a fairly stiff bristle brush and you can do a good dry brushing technique with it, you're going to be able to get this cloud in. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my palette and I'm going to go in and mix a little blue into my brown. And this time I'm going to be a lot stronger in the brown because I want it to be, gosh, almost grayed. And I'm going to come over to my canvas. I'm going to tap a little of this excess off on my paper towel, and I'm going to come and I'm going to make these little circles. I'm going to make these little circles into the canvas. Little circles. And I'm up and down, and you're going to be like, oh my God, that's like this crazy brown. That's okay. You want it to be a crazy brown. You do. You want it to be this crazy, crazy little brown. Our clouds, well, they're highlighted at the top, and they're going to be darker at the bottom. And that's a little something, you know, we think of clouds as being white or gray, but they're really very reflective creatures. They have a lot of personality. Light, like this is where we're like, ooh, my canvas is very sunburned, or My canvas is very, very angry, crazed armadillo. Whatever it takes to get you to lighten up that pressure on your canvas is really important. And so I'm getting this first layer in, getting my first little layer in. It's fabulous. It's going to be wonderful. And I'm going to take a little bit of this across the whole canvas. Clouds are often about layers. And when you're trying to just get a really wonderful set of clouds in, you've got to sort of commit to a few layers of paint in an odd stage. You need to just accept there's gonna be an odd stage. There's gonna be an awkward moment, you know. But you've got to get the paint in. I am using today for reference, because you should really try to look at something when you're trying to paint it. So I've got some pictures of some clouds here. I like to use Pinterest as a resource. And thank you to all you fantastic and talented pinners out there. You're pintastic. So, and yeah, we do have a Pinterest board, and you can check it out and you can follow it. And these lessons go up on the Pinterest board as well. We encourage you to pin our stuff. All right, so I'm getting this nice, really, really dark layers going down here. And I want a nice amount of this, and I want it to be quite dark and quite grayed out. Oh, and we're just little circles. We're gonna come back. There's gonna be a whole bunch of layers here. We're gonna be able to get this in real fast. Now, I don't even rinse out my brush. At this point, I'm gonna try to not do that. I'm gonna grab some just white paint. And I'm gonna come up here very lightly. I'm gonna start adding, oh, my pressure is getting so light, some of this soft, fluffy top of the cloud thing. Fluffy tops of the clouds, just working it down. I'm coming right into my gray, because I know a lot of that's going to disappear into the upper cloud structure. And I'm wandering down, and then what I'm trying to do is break up my patterns here. See that? I'm trying to break up my patterns and make sure that you know, you can really see that the patterns are breaking up. There's another new lighter layer coming in. That gives this some depth and shape. Grab a little white. Come in here and add another little layer. Let some of the dark peek out. Up and down we go. No patterns. I'm gonna make this wonderful, happy, fluffy cloud bank. Every once in a while we're gonna have to come in and dry with our hair dryer. All right, here we're going. You seeing that? There you go. Okay, we're gonna come off this side, come in with some more fluffy cloud bank. A little bit lighter. A little bit lighter. And really, once you sort of get this, sometimes artists refer to this as scrumbling almost. It's the actual term that they use, is sort of rounding, soft, twirling brush stroke, you know. And you can do these with different types of brushes. I just really like to do it with either a broke down brush. Kind of come up here, break up this. Just feel like that needs to be broken up a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna dry it with the hair dryer, and I'm going to pick that up with my foot. I'm gonna dry my hair dryer. It'll be a little faster this time. All right, now that that's dry, we're gonna add some more white paint to this. We're gonna get some more white paint going. I'm gonna add some of this today. Get a nice amount going. I'm gonna dry my brush off on my paper towel over here. And I'm gonna get some just white paint, but I haven't rinsed my brush. I'm gonna dab it off to make sure I don't have too much excess. I'm gonna come in here, work my little exoskeleton over there. And I'm gonna come in with a nice little bank of much whiter, fluffier little area. light pressure, letting some of the blue of the canvas show through. See, now it's just starting to become what it is in my mind. Just coming in here, adding some highlights, breaking up that space. Just want to break up the space. Want to break these clouds up and make them fight like they're on Bravo. Yeah, get these clouds flipping tables. Flipping table mad these clouds ought to be. No, these can be happy clouds today. Uh-oh, we've said happy clouds, so now we've invoked the Bob Ross. Whenever you invoke the Bob, everything gets better in your studio. Everything gets better. You paint better because he comes in and he inspires you. If you don't remember Bob Ross, he was a lovely man on Channel 8 that encouraged people to paint for years and years and had a really wonderful spirit about art. And we just think he's wonderful here. Getting some more white. I'm gonna come in and, I gotta work this shadow back just a little bit because it's very shadowy. We want some shadow here, we do. And remember, when you take something out in a cloud, if you take out too much, you can always put back what you take out in a cloud. You can come back with darker and you can put the shadows back in and you can put those shapes back in. We're just scrumbling along lightly here. Just scrumbling along. Softening these edges, because clouds have soft edges. They're not sharp. They're not made of knives. They're made of water droplets. They have soft edges. They're like a little gasp of air. They're really fun to paint. They're just, I'm telling you what. If we weren't talking right now, I would practically be meditating. Now, oh, that's looking good. Got a nice layer going there. Getting some of that. Oh, see, and it's thin there. See, it's thin. I'm letting the paint be thin and allowing the blue to show through, and that's where the magic is. It's just letting your paint do the work. You just remember what the rules are. And, ooh, let your paint do the heavy lifting. How is that for that? How's that looking? Are you seeing that? That's getting cloudier and cloudier and cloudier. It's really just, now these are a little stormy and we're gonna brighten them up. And listen, I want you to know something. I've got a Facebook page, and as you do these, if you have questions, send me your pictures. Tell me about what you're doing. Tell me about what you're painting. If you want some help or advice or some tips, I'm here for you. I'm happy to help you out. That's literally what this is all about, is getting you guys painting and getting you remembering that you're just awesome. And you can trust that you're going to be treated with kindness and respect. I love when anyone's brave enough to paint, so I'll take good care of you. Now we're going to get our next layer going. Wipe off the excess paint of our brush on the paper towel. We're getting another layer of just white. Get the just white. Come in here. Oh, yeah. And let's lighten up some of this. Oh, yeah. Lighten it up. Get some just white. We're lightening up these clouds. We want this to be much more. We want it to be cheerful. We want it to be happy. Just a happy little cloud painting. That's all we're doing today. Happy little clouds. Happy little clouds. Happy little clouds. Kids love to learn to do this. This is one of the things that they really want to be able to, got some paint on my face. They want to know how to paint clouds. They really understand this once it's explained to them, and they can really learn this. It helps them get this technique, this language under their belt. So if you've got kids that are interested in painting, this is a real good thing to have them watch and paint along with. They can do this on a smaller canvas with smaller brushes. They can do this on an 8x10 because this is 16x20. So just, have it down a size. Have them work on an 8x10. Have them practice. And that's really what you've got to do for skies, is you get the basic technique of your skies down, about how you get the paint on here, and you layer it, and then you find other ones that you like. Go on vacation. Take some pictures. Paint the skies that you see. You can paint on a cruise ship. You might get a little seasick, but you can do it. Ooh, it's the phone. Somebody wants us. Shh. Shh. Somebody wants us. Somebody thinks we're wonderful. All right, I'm gonna come up here and really brighten this area up. I want this to be I'm going right into the white, brightening it up, creating these highlights here. Children. I have a bunch. I have 3. I like them. They're noisy though. When I decided to do this, I just gave up on that. It would be just like this quiet film studio where nothing was happening. And then I realized probably most of you have the same thing happening at home. We're probably living in the same amount of noise with the same amount of crazy. That's why I have them in here helping me sometimes with my heart party stuff so that they understand, you know, that they're part of this, that they matter. There says Dad, no. Dad says no. But we don't mind, we're painting clouds today and it's all good. There's a little fluffy bit back there I want to get right into. Tap it, tap it. Tap it, tap it. Tapping, tapping, tapping. We don't mind, it's just our little free cloud video. You know. Oh, wow. That bank, that's getting to be a set of clouds, right? That's feeling very fluffy and it's feeling very light. And doesn't that seem easy and possible for you? Aren't you seeing how you can do these clouds? You can, actually. All of this research is coming back on drawing and art, and these are all really learnable skills. Now, I can't teach you to be you. I can't tell your story for you, and that's really where talent and expression and creativity comes from. But I can show you the little languages that we have here in art that you can do today to start putting this in your life, to start making this part of your world. You can do this. You can be fluffy like a cloud. You can be fluffy like a cloud today. Let's get some more white paint. Let's be fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. Fluffy, cute and fluffy. Oh, so cute and fluffy. Oh, people get so impressed when you can do clouds. I love like, you know, in the different locations, you know, where you get to teach artwork, when you get a student to really do their first real cloudscape and they realize that they can totally do clouds, and it's so exciting for them. It's exciting for me too. Very exciting. Just getting in here and doing this little clouds. We're just coming to the end of this now. Our little cloud bank has taken some shape. It's got some layers and dimensions. These are floating past each other now. They're having their moment. Oh yeah, here we go. That's lovely. Now, I'm gonna get a paper towel. I like to keep a roll near me, and I'm gonna wipe off my brush to really kind of pull the excess paint out, but I'm still not gonna put water into it. Not yet. I'm just not gonna put any water into it. How's this looking to you? Is it feeling fluffy? Are you thinking, I could totally do that? All right, now before it dries, there's a couple more layers, but before it dries, I'm gonna take just a teeny tiny amount of my yellow paint, just a small amount, and I'm gonna come over to my white. This yellow ochre is just a really wonderful color. I'm gonna tap it off on this paper towel. In a couple spots here, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna put this incredible, nice yellow into the sky. We'll come back with some white and knock it back, but I want some yellow highlighting along this left-hand edge of some of my banks. I do, I want a little yellow. You cannot believe what a difference. Just look, I'm just putting it here and here. I'm kissing these clouds with just a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit. Just kiss, 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 kiss. Kiss, 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 kiss. You can just work a sky, all day. When I was a young girl, my mom's a professional artist. She's really good. She's Ginger Cook. And she was doing these two horses, this mare and this foal. And for 5 years, she changed the sky. It's like these animals lived in weather. I actually imagined as a child that they were walking down this trail forever together, and the weather was changing, was showing the passing of time. Because she'd just do a sky, and then she'd be like, no, I want a different sky. And then she'd be like, no, I want a different sky. And I really have to say, as a kid, I love the magic of watching those two going through all those different kinds of skies. And they lived in every kind of weather, that mare and foal. It's kind of wonderful when we live with artists. It's magical to be an artist. It's magical to live with an artist. It's a wonderful experience. I don't know, my husband would actually validate that. But it is. We're blessed people, and I hope you're becoming one of us. I hope you're becoming an artist. And just feeling some of that in your soul. Feeling some of that artwork coming in. All right. I love just a little bit of kiss of that yellow. It just makes a huge difference into, I'm just kind of dry brushing it in. I love dry brushing. Dry brushing means that my brush has paint, but it's fairly light on the paint, and that my canvas is dry and I don't have a lot of moisture in the brush. So that what's happening is the paint is gripping to the top surface of the weave of the canvas and leaving little dusts of color. And it's kind of like when you're doing makeup and you're doing blending. All right, gonna really dry out my brush. Checking it out, look how fluffy. Fluffy. These clouds are cute and fluffy. And you can see how much paint just sort of exists inside this poor abused little brush. Is so abused. Poor little brush. All right, I'm gonna come here. I'm going to do a little hair drying so that everything is dry, because I want to... Okay. I'm going to pick my brush back up again. It's pretty dry. It's doing pretty good. I'm going to get some just white paint. I'm going to really get some just white paint. And I'm going to come and really lighten up some areas here. I always like to dab off the excess onto a paper towel. Let's get some nice This really is all in the pressure. Under pressure. Yeah, we need like, I don't really have the license for Queen, so the song isn't playing, but you know what I'm talking about. Coming in just with this last little layer of thought. This last little layer of thoughts. Little wispies up here, last little layer. And let them just sort of fluff up there, sort of disappear. There's some of the yellow showing through. Let's really define this bank right here. You seeing that? There you go. Just defining that bank right there. Bank needs some definition. Come down here and give it a second layer. Push it up. You'll hear artists, when you go through, like, say, even these YouTube tutorials, you'll talk about them. Push it up, pull it here. They're really just talking about where you're asking your paint to be. And I have to tell you that this little exercise will just lower your blood pressure. It'll just make you feel better about the world in general. I'm really just putting some bright white on now, and I'm putting this on a little thicker. I want to really pull some brightness into it. There's my son talking. I don't know if you can hear them the way that I can hear them in here. Then you've got those mother's ears, you hear everything. But you know, you guys need cloud tutorials, so we got to get it out to you. All right, we are getting there. Let's come over here and make some definition over here. Let's pull this up a little bit. Let's give this some highlight and some personality. We don't want to just have it be one-sided. Isn't that fun? Just fun. It's just fun to do clouds. Just so entertaining to have them going on in your life. All right. So there we go. That's just this really happy little fluffy cloud bank that you can do really easily. It's a 1-hoot difficulty painting. So super simple to get into. It's just about willing to be here and just take some time and play with it. A little trick I want to show you before we go anywhere is, say that you took out one of your low lights that you really liked. You just go right back with your paint here, the dark color, and come in with it. Just put that right back. Right back. Just put it right back. Wherever you want that darker feeling to be. That's how you do that. You just come right back with it. You can always add your darker colors back in. You can always put those back somewhere in the painting wherever you want them to be. You're not stuck, you know, with what you've got. You can keep adjusting all day. All day. Once acrylic paint is dry, it really takes a lot of adjustment. You know, but see, I got those dark colors right back in there because I wanted some more dark in there. So that's how you do that. So if you overwork your clouds and are like, oh no, I had this perfect moment, dry it. With the hair dryer, go, I intend to fix it. Attitude is everything in art. If you intend to do it, if you imagine that you can do it, you will be able to do it. There is a way to do it. You're not lacking anything essential to being a happy whole person, and that includes in your artwork. Now, oh, it looks like I have some toys to pick up. I want you to go into your week. I want you to be happy, be joyful, be blessed. I hope that all of your creativity is right there for you and you start appreciating the world. I really hope that you look at some cloud banks and some sky and think about how you might paint that. And I want to see you at this easel really soon. All right, bye-bye. To let the kids help in the studio. All right, honey, will you? That's important, isn't it? All right, will you give me a hug? Oh, thank you for